Joe, we could just go over like a couple of trades we took this month.
For sure. Totally do that. Oh yeah, you're right.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're all going up
Did it
today,
pop
man.
up again?
Popped up. It's at 34.34 for Ethereum. That Shiba coin that everyone's talking about right now. Are you familiar with it?
I heard about it, and it's bad where all the information I know about it is from memes. So it's not really. I mean, it's not. What do you call? I'm not confident in investing in it.
No, I have a lot of golf course indicators right now,
Shit.
and so I'm like, but they're like, what's $50 or it's only $25, like, and you'll have $1 million. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. A lot of people I know doing it, it's like, I'd rather lose the $50 than and like let it not do anything than not even try it and then miss out if it does go to like 0.1 cents. So keep getting told, they're like, oh yeah, Reed, you trade crypto, you should put a little bit down, because even if it hits 1.1 cents, everyone's a millionaire. I'm like, dude, you guys looking for an easy way out, man. Like,
they're going for the lottery, buying and wishing.
yeah,
Just like wishful thinking kind of deal. Like,
yeah,
tell you have a better chance of actually winning at Vegas than that coin, your particular coin popping up. You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of confirmation bias out there too, because they're like, oh no, there's the actual technology behind it, versus like Dogecoin. It was just strictly, there was no application for it. It was just hype.
I think that's like a common theme I've been hearing with all these coins. Oh, this doesn't have this technology.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, Bitcoin is just legacy, blah blah blah. Like, okay, where does the buck stop of like, okay, the actual coin everyone's gonna use?
Yeah,
everyone can dissect the dollar and how bad it is, but that is the thing we use.
yeah.
That is the world's leading currency. So it doesn't, like, it has to work, but it doesn't always need to be the most banging iOS or
Or like the newest and greatest, right? I mean, Bitcoin's 48,000 and it's quote unquote a legacy Bitcoin cryptocurrency now, so I mean, I would just say stick to the big cryptos, like, be safe, stick to the ones that actually have a good network.
Be where the money's at, man. That's it. Because right now it's a lot of it's pure speculation, and right nowadays when it comes to like speculating, I feel like it's way more faster, way more aggressive, way more just riskier, because all the information out there and how quick you can make a decision, how quick you can just download the app, pour a little bit of money into it, and then watch it go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazier now. As before, if you want to speculate, you got to go call your broker or whatever, and then go the old school route. But nowadays, it's dangerous, man. Dangerous.
Yeah, it's so easy to pull the trigger.
Yeah, 100%.
I had trouble sleeping last night, so like I went to bed. I mean, trouble sleeping. I only went to bed at like 10:30, and to me that was like, felt like it was 2 a.m. kind of thing. But I spent my time looking up like on Reddit, just looking at investing, cryptocurrencies, and all this stuff. And oh my goodness, I fucking lost my train of thought, dude. I was just reading about like Solonis. Dude, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry, dude. You could keep continuing, man.
I was like, when you mentioned Reddit, I was like, what rabbit hole you went down?
Yeah, it's funny. Usually, I like to spend time on like the conspiracy subreddit, see what people are saying. But it's so politically driven now that I lose interest completely. Like, it's not even fun anymore. Usually, I'm like, "Ooh, Bigfoot! Oh, aliens! Okay, maybe Atlantis or something." I'm like, "Oh, this is cool, yeah." But now it's just it's either COVID or politics, and I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore. It's not
That's
fun. So
big, big.
what's fun to me was looking up the investing stuff, man.
Mm,
It'll come back to me, but I was
mm,
just, oh my
okay.
god. I was looking at dividend stuff. I was looking at, so yeah, I remember this 300 or $175,000 in the market with only dividend stocks. One guy's making like $725 a month.
That's it, man. Cash flow, cash flow.
Yeah.
So wait, let's do the math on that, right? So he said 725 a month times 12.
725 a month, 175 invested.
Okay, let me go see. That's
Damn,
almost
bro.
5%. 5% return year.
Yes.
That's
I
it.
wanted to tell you, bro, Funrise. Okay, so if you wanted to get into real estate investing, there's like what they have like apps is crowdsourcing. So it's like everyone they pull like average investors together. And we talked about this before,
Yeah,
Funrise.
I'm familiar with that.
Bro, I'm like up 19% off of that bad boy. Total market. And but I think the shitty part is like you could or you have to hold on to it for 5 years. You can't withdraw it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like because I've read apps do this. They make like investing apps, auto apps. Your dashboard will say like, "Oh yeah, you're up this high," and then when you actually withdraw, like all the fees, penalties, hidden costs, it drops you down to like you actually only gained 1 or 2%. So they said theoretically, let's say you're year four, 360 days out, and you're gonna withdraw in 5 days,
Okay.
and you're up, let's say 19-20%, and then the market crashes or something happens within that app and it goes bad the next day. Well, guess what? You're out that 20%, and that you just wasted 5 years of whatever money you invested. But I mean, like that's why I kept like, should I add up more because it's promising, and I haven't found like any shady stuff with Fundrise. People have actually withdrawn the cash. Um, they've made money. So I mean, I don't know, man. Like they
The
seem legit.
So, well, from like I don't know too much about it. So, from what you're saying, when you invest with them, it's they're investing in real estate, I think, right? And
Correct.
but it's a 5-year holding period, so it's
Minimum, yeah.
illiquid for 5 years, and you don't get any distributions during that time, only for that 5 years. I mean,
No, so yeah, it goes to like so I got like paid yesterday like $90 or something just for I guess being in it. And then the value like you get dividends
yeah,
for
quarterly.
it. Yeah, quarterly.
Okay.
So I mean it's not bad. As far as dividends go, it's like I put in 1,000 and I got like $9 every quarter about, so almost 1%.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. After
I
fees and
mean,
everything, right?
yeah, so it's a flat rate with Fundrise anyway. It's a flat rate fee of 1%.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I've only been invested like a little over a year in that, and it's okay. I put $1,000 in it, and
For sure.
just that I'm just letting it sit. But in other news, I'm looking at the stock O.
Oh,
It's
just
a
oh.
Yeah, O. The ticker
Let me
is
see.
O. It's like a realty. I think real. It's the biggest, one of the biggest realty
Realty income.
ETFs.
Okay.
And then that one pays good dividends. So right now,
23
looks like
cents.
it's a good time to buy. I need it to break out a little bit more
It's at 65.
because I was like looking,
Interesting.
how do I want to get into real estate without actually having to
To do the real estate.
yeah, to do it.
Yeah. So did I tell you about Grant's deal?
No, it's maybe you
So
mentioned it.
Cardone Capital. Okay, just think about Fundrise, right? So
Yeah.
But Grant, he buys $100 million properties, puts up the money himself. Okay, there's no middleman. He buys the property, and what you're doing when he lets investors in, you get to buy a percentage. And so before, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, he opened up a Reg A fund where he let the average people invest minimum five grand, I think. But
Okay.
his deal, you get paid every month. You
Yes,
get mailbox money. You get mailbox money, and then years, 10 years later, when he either refinances or sells it, you get your initial return and then some. Yeah.
wow. Oh
Yeah.
wait,
And
initial return, like initial
plus,
investment.
yeah, no, you get that like times two kind. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, he buys. So, wait, let me go pull up the.
Are you invested in it?
No, because I want to be invested as a accredited
Oh
investor.
right, you need like 100K or something
You
or
need, yeah,
10K.
you need big money, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he buys these freaking deals, 500
yeah.
units, 300
Interesting.
units. These are gorgeous. Like I would live here, kind, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so he buys those. So right, the way he does it is, yeah, like as an investor. So right now he's only taking accredited investors, and he takes 250 cash, 250,000, and then you get at least 6% cash flow every month. I mean, for the year, and then you get X amount back return upon your
On the
initial
sell.
investment. So you get paid, plus you get the tax breaks because
What? Oh yeah,
it's
they're
not
doing
like
handling it.
yeah, you get the tax breaks because you're kind of like a partner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's different from Fundrise or the other guys because they're just like putting you in a crowd fund and then that's it. Grant's
yeah.
like, boom, you could get in the deal. You get the K1 tax form, and then you get depreciation, you get blah blah blah, whatever. That just helps your tax bill on top of that, right? So you get
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
How do you get into that? You could sign up online
Just
or
call
you
them.
well you said, huh? It's
um,
what?
so what he does is you can transfer if you have like an IRA or retirement fund, you can transfer that over, and then
Oh, it just can't be like regular money.
but you can do regular
Or
money.
like,
If you have liquid, if you're liquid, a bunch of cash, then you just set up a meeting with them, and you can go ahead and do that. So Jamie, the other licensee, she's in it. Her and her husband have investments in there, and then this other guy I met,
nice.
Reed, he owns a sports therapy place here. He's invested. It's so funny.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So like I was like, oh, how's it been? I asked them how's it during the pandemic. They're like, never missed a payment.
Whew. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So like in April last year when everything broke out, Grant had a meeting with the investors. Be like, look, like we're gonna just delay this April's check because we don't know what's gonna happen, and so let's protect everybody and just hold this on the side. But after that, they just when they let things roll out, they paid everyone back out and everything was back to normal. Yeah, crazy
Nice.
man. I was like,
That's
dang, this
solid.
exists. Like this is how the rich
Yeah,
people do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, real estate. I was looking up like house flipping and stuff, like ways to invest in real estate, right? Man, they were talking about like $20,000 on a flip is good, and I'm like, dude, that's not to me. That's not enough
It's a lot
for
of
like
work,
doing.
bro. It's a lot of work.
It is. That's what I mean, and I'm like, I could put in, I mean, less physical work, but put in the work with the charts and
Yeah,
make 20K or more.
yeah. That's why.
Whereas,
So like my
yeah, they were like,
buddy Brandon, he's doing the buy, refinance, rehab, BRR, right? um in Kansas though. Like he lives here, but
Oh,
he buys the houses in Kansas because they're about 100 grand.
yeah.
So it's fairly easy. So I mean, like they have their whole team, and he has about 4 properties now, 4 houses, single family homes. So
Nice. Building
that's an
that real
option.
estate mogul.
That's an option, but I don't know. Like you said, the work for the return, in our eyes, is like way more, right? To do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm the type where like, okay, I'll buy this property. Okay, I want to fix everything up. I'll pay someone to do it versus like, oh, I'm gonna paint it myself. I'm gonna do this myself. Like, no, time is money, man. Like, I need people to flip this. And so I was like doing like just a general estimate in math. I don't have all the notes, but basically like it came out to like, okay, I buy a home. Let's say the mortgage is 5K, and
Mm.
then let's say it takes 6 months to like redo the kitchen or bathroom, etc., etc. Let's say that costs like 30K, so I'm like almost up 100K that I have to set aside after I purchase the property. And so I mean, like, obviously these numbers are just made up, right?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like,
These are nice
and
right here.
then and then I'm like, okay, so this is what I would have to sell it for. And then I'm like, I need to net 200K for it to be worth it. And I'm like calculating taxes and everything too. Like, I don't even know the taxes. I was just
My
like, okay,
man.
maybe it's like 30% or something,
Thirty
right? And then
percent. Yes.
I gotta pay, the lend all these people. And so I'm like, okay. In the end, I'm like, man, you're walking away with nearly 20 or 30K in profit in like a 6 months time
6 months.
frame.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean, like, again, like, this is what if like you could do it in a month? That's awesome. But still, yet I'm like, all that for, and then after I did everything, I'm like, I probably did a lot of math wrong, but still, yeah, like I don't see the financial investment
mm.
right now as smart. I need to learn more. And so I was reading too, it was like this girl at 21 was in college, and she wanted to live near her college, so she like basically purchased her an own home and rented out the 3 bedrooms in the house.
Yeah.
And then she was only making $100 extra in the end of that first year. She's so like 6 years later, she's at 27 now. She had her own real estate company. She had at least 5 properties at the time of the interview, and they were all generating passive income for her. And she was making a full-time living off of that. And she's like, going into college, she's like, this is what I want to do and stuff.
That's
And then
awesome.
coming out, she's like, I don't want to do what I went to college for. I wanted to go into real estate. And so like she got the real estate bug, they said. And so like she's killing it now. 27 with at least 5 properties, all making passive income.
For sure. That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. Props to her, dude. Love it. Love it.
I
I think,
know. That's how all those stories were motivating.
yeah, you gotta follow Manny Koshbin. He's an investor in. He's on Instagram. His story is amazing, man. He's born in Iran, and then his family snuck him out of the country before he had to get drafted to the military. Brought him to the U.S. or they all came to the U.S. They were dead broke, living in a station wagon for like 2 weeks, living, and then he couldn't even speak English. This guy, and then worked at Kmart. He was teased. Now he's a freaking baller. Real
Oh
estate.
yeah.
I think he got his break because of the stock market. Because he trades too. I think he made like 600 grand from the stock market. Then he bought his first supermarket property. It was like a shopping center, and then like he just rolled that. He just continued to build it. Like even though he like withstood all the recessions, he started to buy office buildings and he flipped those. He didn't just focus on single family homes. He bought the damn building, boy.
I know, dude. And I
um
bet you he used bank money too. He didn't use his own money. At
Yeah,
least,
so
uh,
that's the thing about real estate, right? If you know how to leverage it right, like you will. be good. It'll be good for sure, for sure. And like Grant was saying this, like banks will lend you money for real estate way easier than they would lend you money to buy their own stock.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is very interesting. I
Yeah.
think I've heard that too. It might have been from Grant.
Yeah.
Might have been from you, but I've heard that before. Like banks will give you money for real estate more than anything else
Yeah, they love the real estate. Yeah.
because they're not making more land, right? So,
Oh, Big Island is.
oh yeah, starting to erupt that Kilauea.
Yeah.
Um,
Real estate.
real estate, yeah, man. I want to get it. So, what really struck me and still to this day is Arnold Schwarzenegger made his first milli off of real estate.
Hell yeah. Yep.
And so he got the real estate bug too once that happened. He's like, everyone knows me from acting, but I didn't get real money until I got into real estate, which was fascinating.
Same for like A-Rod, right? The baseball player, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He's so big into real estate. He doesn't even talk, like, no one even knows, bruh. This guy's a businessman. Like, everyone knows him for baseball. He buys big apartments too. For sure.
I feel like all these these sports athletes better have a financial manager, kind of like ballers, how they're like a financial firm invest or like advisory.
I don't even watch that show, but is that what it's about?
So yeah, it's The Rock, right? And basically they work for a sports advisor, like they're financial advisors. So like, there's these young hot shots who got millions of dollars and then like they're broke because they bought like houses, cars, and everything. They're like, where's your cash flow? Like, what money at? And so like The Rock, his job is like trying to talk these people out of like doing stupid decisions. And then like, where they're like, I'll sign with you if I could get this contract. We're going to help you get this contract with like the Miami Dolphins. And then when you do, this is what you need to do, and so like their paycheck is also dependent on how successful that
athlete is,
that prodigy is. Yeah, that athlete is. But a lot of it has to do with like financial stuff and like dealing with young, stupid kids with a lot of money,
Imagine our 21-year-old selves with a bunch of dough, man.
Yeah, it would be bad.
We would slap each other, right? We would be like, knock it off, man.
Yeah.
You need that crap.
I mean, I'm so lucky that in hindsight, I went to the bank and asked for like a $20,000 loan. I was with Mary at the time. And I didn't know this at the time, but I didn't have credit.
Yeah.
And so like they actually pulled it and they're like, first you need credit history. I was like, what are you talking about credit history? I thought like I was doing it with my debit card at the time. And
tapping this bad boy.
Right. And so like I've been using this for gas and stuff. Like, oh, it's not a credit card though. And I was pissed just for the fact because like the whole time I thought I was building credit. And it's just I didn't have the knowledge, right? And anyway, I was denied the 20K. Like they didn't even run anything or like try to help me because they couldn't find me right as a creditor.
Yeah.
And so they're like, sorry, just come back in like a few months at least and build it. But I walked out of that bank, but Mary's so pissed. I'm like, if I had $20,000, I could be a full-time trader. Like literally, that was my mindset, dude. And like I just didn't know real life at the time, but in hindsight, it was so blessing, man.
It happens for a reason, man. It happens for a reason, for sure.
And of course, when you're young, you just like you blame the world. I was blaming the world. I was so mad at my parents, mad at the bank, and then mad at Mary because she's like, "It's fine, it's okay." Like, she was telling me like maybe it happened for a reason too back in the day, and I was just like, "No, you don't understand. Like, trading's all I want to do and stuff." So it's crazy. It was like 20. I was 23.
What a story.
24.
Yes. Yep. It's so good, man. So good. Definitely. I know. Like, I wanna um, eventually I want to buy some real estate. Uh, I want to have a big like a wedding hub for our company, right? And then it'll be sick. It's gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna have like a bunch of vendors. I'm gonna have like creative space and then big nice gallery. Top of that, we can go find a. There's a building. Well, I always look at commercial real estate in downtown. There's an office building, $8 million for the whole building over here,
Oh,
right?
right on.
And you cannot build in downtown for that amount of money. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
that's already a win. And all we need to as so like because I bought Grant's real estate course, and a lot of the work is raising the capital to put the down payment, the 20-30%. That's all the
Yeah.
work. That's where all the work is. Because once you get over that big hump, you establish a partnership, you find investors, you go submit the deal, but there's a bunch of units in there, and there's already businesses in there. Your tenants, that's already in there. So all you got to do is know how to manage it. After that, you get over the hump, put 2 million down. The bank's gonna
Yeah.
finance the rest, and then you just gotta make sense of the cash flow, and then good to go. Off to the races, bro.
Change ownership pretty much. Leave everyone in there.
You leave everyone in there, or you can. There's different ways to manage it. Like if you want to raise the rate, the rent too, because that's the ultimate. The goal when you buy real estate is to add value so that it gets a higher appraisal rate.
Right. Change out the windows, paint it, all that kind. Update the bathroom, the
Yeah,
technology in the building.
yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to like buy any like a piece of property or real estate and just basically pimp it out, make it really nice and beautiful from what it was, and then that's where the value is. But like obviously to me, again, bro, like my mind is trading. Like trading and it trickles down. Like
It
trading will
trickles.
cover everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the umbrella.
It is, man. Like, oh, I need 20K real quick. Okay, give me like a month or two, like, and we'll see. Let the markets
Yeah.
provide it.
Oh, I got it. Let me sell some shares. All right, all right. I'll cut the check.
Yeah, or like that. Like I need cash fast. Oh my god, I was so like furious in a good way because there's people with money and I try to like say like, get that invested. Don't let it sit in your savings account. Like I'm not gonna give you financial advice, but I know it's smart to just have it invested into a long-term ETF. And they're like, yeah, but I need the cash for liquid. And I'm like, it is liquid when it's in the stock market. It is. That's considered liquid like liquid assets.
Yeah.
And I got in this like debate. And this guy he's not involved in the market. He's like, it's not liquid. Can I get it immediately? I'm like, immediately in the sense of like you could request the withdrawal and the bank will say yes in like 1 or 2 days. He's like, that's not liquid. I'm like, no, that's considered liquid. Like,
That's liquid.
and
Yeah.
so like we just kept going back and forth. And I was driving away from that conversation, I looked it up, man. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, cause I don't have internet. So we can't like use Google to like solve it. Right. So like we have to like present our arguments and stuff. So anyway, I looked it up as I was driving away, and I'm like, I was not like ego, right? Like I was right, I knew it. And so yeah, it's like if you have money that or like an asset that you can convert to cash within like a week or two, that's considered liquid.
Yeah.
Like, but people misunderstand. Like no, like debit. They understand like if I use it immediately right now, that's liquid, but like the stocks are liquid. That's so coming back to real estate, like, oh, I need 30K right now. Like, oh, boom, sell a stock, like you said.
Yeah. No, yeah, you can't do that with real estate.
Yeah. So like, yeah, real estate's not liquid,
Yeah.
but
Even businesses,
yeah,
you can't really. If you're invested in
yeah.
businesses, you can't be always liquid. It could be illiquid.
Right, right.
There's a lot. Yeah, like gold. Gold can be liquid. You just gotta exchange
Yeah,
it.
you could sell it cash for But you'll probably get like a really shitty rate. You really needed to sell it.
But yeah, I think the root of that conversation is just maybe he didn't know certain things, right? He's missing pieces of information of financial
Yeah.
literacy overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the terms and stuff. Oh man, that's a big crazy how still it's a big issue, man. Like you talk to people and they're just not financially sound or they
Literate.
don't know
Yeah.
those terms.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
I mean,
dude.
it actually, I mean, I began I question myself. I'm like, at the end, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that at first I was going with confidence, and then like, cause like they're an older person. So I'm like, okay, maybe, he knows more just because of like knowledge over time. But I'm like, nope. That's, anyways.
Right. So on just like that topic of even though they're older, you think they should know more information, but there's a financial literacy between generations, right? Like people will go throughout their whole lives knowing certain things. Those models: a penny saved is a penny earned, save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Money is scarce, right? Doesn't grow on trees.
Scarcity mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's crazy because like I'll talk to other people like Jamie. She's in a different generation, but we were all taught the same freaking things about money, and that's where
Yeah.
I think the root is, right? You get taught these things generation after generation. Save all your money, save, put it in the bank. Dude, it's like brainwash, man. It's like
It is brainwash.
you think it's so,
And
and then you have to. People grow up trying to do everything right, and then they hit the roadblocks or they hit the rough patches, and they don't get ahead, and they're like, and then after from there they just stop. And then when new people are coming up and trying to do things differently, they're like, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, blah blah blah.
shoot
You
them
know what I mean?
down.
Yeah.
Like you just said it, man. Scarcity mindset. So like the age of up to 7 is when we're most programmable as human beings, and then from there you have to want to change. So when like most of people we know, right, that we associate with, we all grew up in that mindset where like scarcity. And it's bouncing off of that. Did you know that like our parents' generation, like coming out of the Great Depression, is their parents, right? Slash, yeah. So like the reason why like a lot of older people are hoarders and a lot of people have that mindset is because the Great Depression, like everyone lost everything, and like literally like no pans and so they had to sell everything kind of thing. So they're like now going on to an older generation, they're like, no, keep everything because you never know. Like we just talked to another couple, they were like, you never know, like keep it just in case, it's a collector's item. And it's like, dude,
That's hoarding.
that's not, no, like can I go see a collector item to collector's shop to go sell this like, and turn it into cash flow. But so it's coming up back off scarcity mindset is so ages 1 through 7 is when we're most subconsciously programmable.
Yeah.
And so the debate, right? Like you see it always online and in the news. They're like, oh, a wealthy person child gets wealthy or something, and then like people are like in the comments like, oh, it's because they were born into a family, that's why they could do that. Oh, that's why they could do it. It's easy when mommy has money or daddy pays for your college, stuff like that. But they said no, the debate is those rich wealthy parents have a certain mindset, and that mindset is taught at a young age, 1 through 7.
Mm.
That's at the baseline. So like 7 through 21, they could be a party animal, crazy, but deep down in the subconscious, their parents built that foundation. And so when they reach 24, 25, they're like, I got to get my brain right because my parents taught me this. And then they begin to get that money. And so it's just, and they know what to do with that money. Right. And
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people, they victim, right? Scarcity victim. They're like, oh, I can't do that because of this. But it's like, no, it's the mindset that the parents instilled into the child. Therefore, the child gets successful. And you're a 30-year-old guy. Now you could change your mindset too. You know, it's not too late to change the mindset. And so I think that's, like you said, man, like coming back to the scarcity mindset and just changing your
Yeah.
mindset overall. Trading's taught us that.
Training's that. I mean, yeah, overall, man. Like, people aren't even aware that they have that mindset. They think that's the world, the way the world is. You know, the rich will stay rich, and then the poor will stay poor.
I mean, absolute. I myself, I thought that. You know, I thought
I was
we've all had, we were all in dark places in our own minds. We're
yeah.
like I was hoping for. I think I've told you this, a zombie apocalypse because I didn't know what I wanted in my life. I'm like, man, if the world just ended, that would make my life so much better. Like then we'd just be surviving. You know, like that's more fun to me. But then now it's like, no, we have things to live for, things to do, and stuff we want to achieve, right? But before it in that certain frame of mind, you're thinking worst case scenario.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're way off track. Like as far as being aligned with what you're supposed to do, man. Yeah, some people are lost and they just don't know, man. You don't know what you don't know.
Amen, amen. Always stay humble, right? Like
Yeah.
always something to learn.
Always something to learn, and always something to teach.
Ooh, absolutely.
Oh.
Preach. Yep, yep.
Let's go. Let me see. Let's go jump in the charts.
All right, cool.
Good stuff, man. Love it.
Yeah, the stock market is pulling back pretty hard right now. I got stopped out of a lot of my long-term holds. So like my SPY got closed out. I closed out my 3M position. And like Tesla's pulling back to near my stop loss.
Tesla. Let's see. I know they're making gains. I mean, yeah, okay. I see.
Yeah, they were making gains, pretty solid gains, but
it's still an uptrend.
Yeah, still uptrend overall. I have my stop at like 745. But dude, when that closes, it'll be like over a 20% gain.
My man, let's go.
And that's like within a year too, or a little over a year.
That's what's up.
First time in stocks, man. But I'm using the trading system, this trading plan.
100%. I'm in Delta stock.
Whoa.
And it made a good run last week. I'm in Ford. It pulled back.
Oh, nice, dude. Ford's a great dividend stock.
Yeah.
You heard about Ford's $1 billion initiative?
No.
So Ford just set out their business plan by I think 2025 or 35, some crazy time frame. But they're investing here. I'm just gonna pull it up so I'm not talking out my ass. Or electric. Okay, Ford
Electric.
11.4 billion. Here, I'll share the screen. 11.4 billion investment in new electric vehicle and battery plants. So they're building like so many plants across Tennessee and Kentucky. Plans to build electric pickup trucks and cars and the power plants. So kind of like what Elon Musk is doing in Germany and Texas, the gigafactories.
Dang. Let's see.
Yeah, so
See,
so now
to me, Ford and Chevy is Merca.
Yeah, dude.
That's it.
I want a Ford, like a Ford Raptor or Ford, like a bigger Ford truck.
Oh, the Raptors are monsters, man. Those things are action.
There's like 3 or
80 grand.
How many?
I think it was like 70, 80 grand. The price tag.
And there's a couple nice ones out here in Evo. Like we see them driving around. They're like matte color, and they just look like an angry truck, like a
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
manly
beast mode.
truck.
Yeah, those things are action.
We've wanted, man. Mary and I wanted one for like maybe 3 years now.
Would you
They're,
give up your Tesla for that?
no, not right now. Not right now. So starting estimate 60K,
Yeah,
but
if you want
you
the
know, you want
beast
the bells
mode.
and whistles. When you're a full-time trader, you could get the bells and whistles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They sound cool, man. I like those. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty mean, dude.
Yeah, the truck. Oh, you're not gonna wait for the
But
Cybertruck?
actually, you know, if Mary and I um could do it, if we had our own place and everything, and of course full-time trader status, I would have put down for the Cybertruck because it only is like $100 to reserve a truck.
What's the retail on that one? I don't even know what they're gonna sell it for.
I don't know. Let's see it. I've not seen one in Hawaii.
No, they're still developing and producing it still.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not even gonna. Cause that thing is huge, bruh.
it's huge. I've seen the online
Yeah,
videos of it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. I don't know if you've ever been to a Tesla shop, but they have the T-shirt of the crack. That crack. Hold on. So like Elon full on like
He did that on
embraces
purpose, bruh. I tell you.
that. You know, there's a lot of like people who say as far as marketing goes, that's how you bring awareness to certain things, right? You
Hell
kind of
yeah.
you do something stupid or make fun of something. Oh yeah, and a motorcycle, bro.
I didn't know that. Wow.
So they're like saying like the motorcycle, I guess this one's an ATV, but they're working on something where it could fit inside the Cybertruck, and that'd be freaking sick, man. Pretty dope, man. Yeah, so this crack right here, right?
Yeah, I
If
remember
when we
that.
were going to get the Tesla for a test drive, they had t-shirts with the crack. And it was just the crack. That was it. And but you knew that it was from the announcement. And I'm like, that's funny that Tesla would be selling t-shirts after their joke, you know, of what happened.
Brad,
And
that
like
was the
this was maybe like
plan.
only 2 months after this incident that we were like going around looking, and I'm like, that's pretty boss like and also like
Genius.
marketing. Yeah, genius.
Genius marketing. Freaking Elon. Got it. He got the world's
Freaking
attention.
Elon. Uncle Elon.
Yeah, yeah.
There it is. There's the ATV Cybertruck. I think that's the
Crazy,
Model
man.
S. And they're oh, so I saw on YouTube too about the this what is this
Yeah.
called? Like
The
the big
semis.
rig, the
Semis.
semi.
Yeah.
It sounds like a spaceship taking off when it was like leaving the port area. It's like
Yeah.
it was so cool, bro. Anyway, man, sorry to
No
totally
worries.
steal the thunder, man.
All
Anyways,
good.
so you're in Ford
Yeah, Ford Delta.
Delta.
DAL, I think is their ticker.
DEL.
DAL.
DAL.
Yeah.
Dow. Oh yeah, she's popping up again, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from the March low, yeah.
Even May was the
May.
low.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you gotta know that's a good buy because airplanes will always go back. I mean, everything was gonna go
The
back
world
to
is gonna
normal.
need travel.
Yeah,
Plain and simple. So
exactly.
we'll see how that plays out.
Delta pays dividends. Do you know?
Nope. I didn't I didn't do any of that research, bro.
Uh, no worries. Or yeah. I think I was talking to Mary about it. It's like start. Oh, what was the airlines babe that is doing the vax thing? United. Let's take a look at United. So
United.
United is teamed up with like this COVID company or pharmaceutical medical company where did we tell you about this? Or like you get like this package and you swab yourself and you put it on like a chip and it reads it for you. It's like an app and it'll say like if you're positive or not. And I was
Like an instant kind of. I don't know,
yeah,
man. Okay.
15 minutes, dude.
Let's
And
just
so
okay. So what? What is their whole goal is to just get everyone
apart from
test.
apart from
The goal is to do a home
the
test.
goal is to do a home test,
Home
but
test.
apart from raising like 1,000 different new questions from my mind, I was like, okay, you know what? Before I start, they partnered up. It's official with United. So Mary's like she's going traveling, right?
good.
And she needs to, official get up. Even though she's vaxxed, she needs official confirmation that she doesn't have the vid. And so this is partnered with United, and like countries and companies are recognizing that yeah, it's legit. But I mean, again, questions upon questions within a 15-minute digital app says you got it or not. Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, so let's take a look at United, man. Because I was thinking, like, you know what? If they're doing that, I want to partner. I mean, I want to get some stock in United. See, all the airlines are just popping right now.
Yeah. 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 They're on that up move. They broke out from July.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then I know there's an airline ETF.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Jets. Jets is the ETF that I was looking at. Yeah, JETS. Same type of chart. But it's cheaper. It's cheaper to get in that. And I mean, it has like, United. It has all these other
I had no clue they
airlines.
had ETF for jets. I like it. I like it.
Brother, there's ETS for literally every industry. So I kind of want to pull up like the finance report. Like what is their holdings,
Who?
Jets.
Oh, jets.
Yeah. Cause like if they're if they have like Delta and United, like just buy the ETF.
So, just to bring it back to a base understanding, for me, ETFs, what I understand of it, it's almost like a fund. It represents whatever asset. It's not the actual asset. It's a contract or a fund that is.
Yeah, it's a fund. It's exchange trade fund. So like, yeah, they own, let's say, stocks, and okay, so pull it back is ETFs always pay dividend.
Okay.
And so if like there's 100 stocks, it's like it's a big fund basically, and they buy certain shares, their portfolio, and then when it goes up, they give a certain percentage back out into the ETF.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. I think I understand. So you're not really getting the asset. You're getting access to the fund that has the assets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
And then what's cool is, let's say there's 100 stocks and only one of them pays the dividend. You get a dividend no matter if it's even just one stock. You get a dividend on the whole growth of the fund, which is, again, that's interesting. But
Okay, cool.
it's safer too. I think like it's, as an investor, it's safer. It buffers you from like the huge drawdowns that a stock would normally have.
Right, right.
Yeah. Man, I'm like, I got red, like all the caffeine is getting to me. I'm like,
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm like what? So like, sorry if I just keep talking and talking and talking and talking.
You're good, man. This is no. This is. I'm learning. I'm learning.
So exchange traded fund is an ETF. Oh, and it's usually cheaper too to get in an ETF.
I see that. I see that. ETF.
Here, I'll share like, so this is Schwab, yeah. And this is Jets. So you could see like the chart here. And then what I'll do is I'll go to like their holdings. And then so this shows, so yeah, Delta's in there, United in there. Oh, Hawaiian is in there. Bro, you know what? Hawaiian is a stock I've not looked up.
You know how much they lost last year?
Oh, nah, I don't.
Like 50%.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know, they really improved.
They
Like, so
improved.
their meal, I mean, maybe not stock wise, but I mean like service and just a general company aspect. Their foods is made by a top chef in Hawaii. I mean, I don't know if he was actually on the show, but a really good chef basically. And he does the whole menu for Hawaiian Airlines. And it's like, it was really good when we went, man. So anyways, yeah, I've never looked at Hawaiian Airlines. And I'm curious if they pay dividends.
Dividends, huh? Hawaiian Holdings Inc.
Cool. Oh yeah, and I'll just show you this. So this is what I do if I'm looking at a stock to buy, or like, I always like buying stocks with it, even if it gives a little dividend. So this is just like dividend chart here, and it shows like what it was. So not too nice at 20.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they take a big hit, dude.
Yeah, a huge hit, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I think it just shows how much Hawaiian Airlines relies on tourism.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they actually had to provide at least one plane for the whole Afghanistan?
I saw that. That's cool.
Stuff. And my question then becomes, because as a business owner, I'm thinking, yo, we'll volunteer for that, get our name out there. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
But supposedly the government called upon them directly and was like, you need to supply one plane. You have no choice, kind of thing. It's like directive. But
that's pretty cool, man. Business owner be like, you get the call from the White House, the Pentagon. Hey, we need this. Who's this?
Done.
Nah.
Joe, is this you?
Joe. Nah.
Oh man,
yeah, I got you, Uncle Donnie.
Oh man. It's American Airlines, and like,
what is it
from my
for JetBlue? Sorry, I was looking at your screen. JetBlue.
Yeah. Oh, is it still sharing?
No.
Yeah, share again. Yeah, JetBlue is here.
Oh, JBLU, okay. Because they partner with Hawaiian, yeah? JetBlue.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, like I remember when we would take connecting flights where Hawaiian wouldn't fly, JetBlue would take us.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
And then I had, sorry, I was just shook at this, but then I was looking at the shares. How much shares? Oh, this is shares held by Jets.
Oh, by jets.
But anyway, dude, so I'm thinking like
AAL, American Airlines.
in my travel experience and the blog industry, Allegiant is like discount airline, like discount.
Yeah,
And
like Spirit, right?
right.
Yeah.
And I'm look at this stock price, dude.
Dumb, dude. Well, because they have less amount of. Well, what's the.
Yeah, so it makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Like the less supply and demand, easy supply demand.
I see.
So like booking Air Canada,
Canada. What about the Emiratis? Emirates?
Emirates. Yeah,
Yeah. Are they on there?
doesn't look like it, huh? Air
Oh,
China, they would have Air China over Emirates.
come
Damn.
on.
Okay.
Emirates is like the baller freaking jets, huh?
Did we talk about this with you and Kiki?
Oh,
Like Mary and I's like dream airlines that we actually want to fly, like just first class kind,
yeah.
is Emirates.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I
They're world class.
um our fellow licensees. So we have a licensee in Dubai. She just threw a sick event, and she lives in Dubai, and she had a bunch of the U.S. people go and speak, and some of them flew first class in that airline. So I'm like, dang, that's what kind of friends I need, man. I'm like, yeah, I know them. Because like we would all meet in person at the events, and she
Yeah,
just had.
yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's so sick. Like the event, she had everyone dressed up. All the guys had to dress up in those what the Emiratis wear,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
white, and then they got that little thing on top,
The turban. Yeah.
turban or whatever, and like, oh, that's so cool, man. Like to just be part of that culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely,
And
if we
like,
go to Dubai, we gotta connect her. I gotta connect already over there. So she's like, yeah, take
oh,
you guys
that's sick,
around.
dude. Let's do it. We got to do a world tour, man.
World tour.
Like where we meet like traders and like just like business people.
Hell yeah, we got it. In Vietnam, that's where Mike Covell is staying.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, little old traders, can we come and
yeah.
just have a chat with you,
I
you
know.
know?
I need your wisdom, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think but there's a point where when you've reached a certain level, you don't care how much or what they've done in life. You care about the genuinity of a person and stuff. Like we just come with that type of personality.
Yeah.
And like, hey, this is what we do and stuff. Like I'm sure a lot of people would open their doors just because they don't see any hidden agenda or anything, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That'd be sweet.
But what time you gotta go, man? What time is your wedding?
Well, I mean, I'll jump off at 8, and then
All right.
yeah, we'll go. I got prep all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no worries, dude.
Yeah.
It's a go. It was a good chat, dude. We talk about real estate. We talk about airlines, man. Like,
What we do,
it
man.
was,
That's what we do.
I love it. What was I doing?
You wanna go break down the trade then, real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's break down a trade. Pull up trading view. You go first.
All right. All right. So we got I think last week I closed this one out. Euro yen. Let me expand my screen. Okay. Let me zoom in. 4-hour chart. You can see Euro yen has been in this crazy range since July. And so the move I caught was this end of September was this move in particular. Going long, I caught this long swing. So I approached the trade as a swing type trade entry. Even though right here back in Tuesday the 21st, price closed at a new low, and for the next 3 bars it closed at lower and lower. Um, but immediately this bar right here shot closed way up past the 3 red bars, and so I was like, oh, cool. It looked like, and you're gonna notice this over time as you know do your chart analysis. You got this big green bar. It's like a pivot point or a confirmation of just strength in the buyers. Price shot up, pulled back, and after I saw this higher close, higher low, I um, entered in the markets, and then probably around this area, rode this one, and then I added another position on this pullback, rode it up, and then I think I closed around 129.8, and that was just a good swing because look, ultimately price fell back down. If you zoom out, it's within this range from 130 high, 130.6, and then 128. So it's gonna be range bounding. Stay on the sidelines until the market gives me another confirmation, So
Hey Glenn, sorry, what were the dates that you took that one? That was a nice trade, man.
yeah, I took it. I think the end of the
September.
September 20, September 22, around there, 21, 22. I entered. Let me see when I exited. Here, let me pull up
Oh,
the.
nice.
Oh, it's okay. September 23, I got in at 128.72, and then I exited. When did I exit? 129.63. Yeah,
Nice.
caught a nice little move there.
Beautiful.
For
I was
sure.
looking at a 1-to-1 trade on that one, but on the 27th. So like right when the move ended.
Oh, okay. I see that because you won the confirmation, right?
Yeah. That's a nice one though.
So let's look at natural gas. There's another cool trade. I mean, if you just zoom out, natural gas has been on a crazy run, yeah. So like, it's a 4-hour chart. Price pumped up since August, pulled back in September, hit a new high, and then we pulled back again. And so I got in at this pullback at 5.0, rode it up, and then see how, like, you're gonna see this when you're riding trends, and you're gonna see these long big wicks. Volatility is higher, right? These little extremes. So I kept moving up my stop, and then I think I got whipped out at 5 point. Let me see. Got in at 5.0, got out at 5.84. So right here, yeah, big wick. So cool trade. Price broke down beyond, and this is a deep pullback. If you look at it, 6.3 high to 5.3. That's a whole dollar, and in this market, that's a big ATR move there. So the ATR only was 0.19, so 19 cents. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. 5-time ATR right there move. So cool. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out there, man. Just gotta go catch them.
Can you just cover maybe a loss too? Like
For sure.
just
Let's look at this loss. So the NQ, ugly market right now, man. So what I did was, I know we hit a new high. We made a new low here, 14,800, and then when price formed looks like a double bottom here, these two pivot points, I got long, ran it, pulled back. I think I exited. Then at this part, I tried to go long again. This is a 4-hour chart. Tried to go long, and then it got just market didn't have enough strength, and then obviously the strength was on the bear side, and so it took me out, chopped me up. Then try to zoom out. We have this previous low. Move that red bar. So we have this previous low back in August where the price was here. So I was like, okay, cool, maybe it's another entry. So I put a short, really small position, really like 0.002%, like it's a small percent. Tried to get in because I waited. I had this long wick bar right here, and then I was like, okay, good close. Got in, knocked me out, and so this particular market or indices itself, it's starting to just confirm its bearish move. And so, yeah, these markets I got whipped out of, and it's always a challenge dealing with it,
I have a couple questions for you. So what was your thought process of why did you go with such a small entry? And the follow-up question is, are you foreseeing a bearish like market now? Like, do you think we're kind of in I don't want to say a crash, but like a beginning of a heavy downtrend in all of the markets? What is your thoughts on?
Yeah, so small position is because as a trader, before I would make regular trades after this type of series of entries of wins and losses, right? And this is based off the market sentiment and my history in trading. What I've always done was enter into a trade. It would immediately go against me, and then I would just beat myself up because I allotted for a good amount of loss. Now it's like, hey, let me try to be a market participant while limiting my risk. So that's one. Put in a really small position. Two, good question. And based on just what the market is offering right now, put all the announcements and news on the side. We are approaching bear territory. Yeah, the trend long has definitely broken. I can say that. Yeah.
So thanks for your input, man. I agree with that sentiment. Well, I'll cover some stocks in my good. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I guess I'll take over on this one then.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Those were good lessons there. Good advice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll start with stocks. So I got in a 3M position. And I just got closed out for 2%. So I actually I got in here, and then I rebought here for a total loss of like a 2.5% on 3M. And I'm like, Glenn is, I believe we're getting to bear territory. We don't know how far this is gonna go down. But so I'm out of that, lost on that one. For SPY, the S&P 500, just these were long-term holds. So I got in a while ago in August 2020, and I just held it, and now it's breaking a lot of key lines. My EMAs are off here. Sorry, I just want to add this real quick. Oh man. So that's the 200 EMA. Trying to add this 50. My bad.
All good, bro.
Where is it? Sorry, this freaking layer. Okay, we're gonna change this to 50. Make it red. So yeah, it's breaking below the 50 EMA, and I believe like once we see this this break of the 200 EMA on the daily, we're gonna be in very, very strong bearish territory, which means it's a good time to buy. But that's stocks. These are just like long-term trades. It's fire sales essentially. So I think like a way to look at it, a lot of financial news outlets and YouTube and just people we see online, uh, they're like, oh no, we're in a bear market. The markets are going to shit, blah, 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 blah. I'm losing so much money. What's it actually for like actual traders and investors? That is awesome. You want these cyclic, I mean, the pattern is cyclic. I mean, the charts are cyclic, and that provides an opportunity for us to get back into the market at a cheaper discount, therefore higher returns. So, I mean, it's something to look forward to almost in a sense. And so anyway, that's stocks for myself. Again, I don't daily trade that, but
to
what's up?
to kind of add or to that statement as far as like the fire sale, you got to take it with some salt because it doesn't mean you got to go bet the whole farm, people. You know,
Right,
you got
right.
to always figure out how much you're willing to risk during these kinds of times. Because look at what happened last year when the pandemic broke out. Look at previous stocks like Enron. People bought all the way down because they thought fire sale. When really the damn thing
Yeah,
was on
yeah.
fire, right? So um, there is good.
No,
Yes,
you're right.
he's
You're
right
right.
with looking for opportunity, but always be aware of what you're willing to risk.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more the sense like, people are just, they always freak out when they're like, oh, if the market is down this amount, like, you know, just the panic of the whole market when investors kind of have a different frame of mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was a rough week for me at the end of it all. So dollar CAD, I went short on the position. I got wicked out. I don't know. I have to check my journal, but I got wicked out of dollar CAD. I went long again, or long to, because I thought it was an overall continuation. If you guys are paid attention to our watch list, I was short bias on dollar CAD, expecting it to break below here, and it kind of did at a certain time, like 4 hours presenting a short, dollars was presenting short. So yeah, I got in. I don't know where I got in, but once price turned back up and created and hit my trend line here, I went long, got taken out, and so after two losses on dollar CAD, I stayed out of the market the rest of the week. And then what was a win? I think a win was euro dollar at the end. So I like this ascending channel here, but this crazy wiki movement, as soon as price continued to drop, I was out the market because I made a tighter stop. And then this was on the 29th. What was that? Thursday, Saturday, or Friday? Thursday, Friday, towards Friday. I got in like Thursday overnight. So yes, not over the weekend. And so as soon as this happened, I just closed that trade, and it's just been ranging right now. So for me, my style, the market's been kind of choppy for me. I haven't had some fantastic wins, but this was according to my plan, ascending channel in an overall bearish run, a continuation trade here. But who knows? We'll see what next week provides. My watch list is pretty slim right now. But yeah, those are my main trades, man. So barely a win, and then like got two major losses at the end of the week. So
Yeah. Just some announcements for our members. Don't forget to join us about Trading Topic Tuesdays, where we're going to be sharing our takeaways from the book Trading in the Zone. Real key elements. We're going to be breaking down practical lessons and how we applied the information in the book, and how we're going to try to share it on how you guys can apply it. So stay tuned for that. We are also preparing an awesome trading approach course for you folks, cooking it up. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be launching very soon. People who are already in our community, they get free first preview access to it. Okay, so definitely you want to sign up. It's free right now. Get into our Mighty Networks. We're gonna do all our announcements there. Follow us on all the social media channels: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, stock tweets. All right. So definitely be in touch. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Have a good one.
Right on. Have a good one, everyone.
All right. Shoots, bro. Good chatting all the time, man.
All right, bro. Have a good wedding shoot, man. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Shoot.